McGinest, the Kraft's first draft pick of their era.
We got to have a talk about that. Me and Jonathan and Mr. Kraft after this.
Yes, because that's for sure. When you hear them talk about the possible end of the Brady Belichick era, how and when do you think it could come to be?
I think they're having so much success. And I know they use the word dysfunctional or tension or whatever.
Tension.
Family fights, and family sometimes disagrees. But at the end of the day, the goal is the same. It's to go out, play at a certain level, consistently win, and at times you have to switch things up. It may not always be the way you want it, and all great things, come to an end. At the end of the day, all great dynasties come to the end. All great things come to an end. So at some point, it will end.
You don't see when that would be, though? You don't have an idea?
I think there's a lot of football left in Bill Belichick. There's certainly a lot of football left to the league's MVP, Tom Brady, and we see where he's going. He's not falling off. And I think when you start to decline in what you do, I think that's when you start to think about, leaving the sport. But I don't see that anytime soon.
So the Hall of Fame class was announced last night.
Yep.
Of course, Eddie DeBartolo went in a few years ago. Jerry Jones went in last year. I asked Jonathan Kraft what argument he would make for his father's inclusion into the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
My father's been able to do in touching people from all walks of life, literally from around the world. Look, I'll make the case for Robert Kraft in the Citizen of the World Hall of Fame, okay? So I would indoctrinate or, induct him into that.
Nice.
So Robert Kraft, of course, says he thinks that the whole process is political, but as you'd expect him to say, right? But what for you makes Kraft a Hall of Famer?
If we look at our great game and where it's grown in the last, 10 years, he's definitely a piece and part and a huge component of the growth of our game. Bridging the gap between the league and the NFLPA and players' issues and things that go on off the field, and talk about building a monster. I remember coming in 94 and seeing what Foxborough looked like, and he was the first to have that vision to turn that into what is now known Patriot Place, which is nowhere, it morphs what we had. So for a man that has a vision, that's put in the work, that's helped build not just their organization but our league, I think it's a no-brainer.
Yeah, and it's interesting because you talk about Patriot Place. Everybody talks about Jerry's World. Patriot Place was really the template for that. It really came along much before
Absolutely.
that.